Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe. And in today's video, we are diving deep into the story of the 5 peso coin from the year 2011, a coin that carries not just monetary value, but also historical and cultural significance for the Philippines, and those who collect and study its currency. To begin our journey, let us take a look back at the origins of the Philippine Peso, which is the official currency of the Philippines, and has evolved through centuries of colonial rule, revolution, and nation building. The 5 peso coin we are discussing today belongs to the new generation currency coin series, which was launched by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, to enhance security features, improve durability, and showcase the country's heritage and national symbols. The 5 peso coin that circulated in 2011 was actually a part of the previous series known as the BSP coin series, which was introduced in 1995. This series was introduced as a modernization effort following the 1993 reorganization of the central bank, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The coin was minted in nickel-plated steel and featured on its obverse the profile of Andres Bonifacio, one of the most prominent figures in Philippine history who played a key role in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonization. He is also known as the father of the Philippine Revolution and the founder of the Katipunan, a revolutionary society that led the fight for independence. The reverse of the coin carries the official seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas along with the coin's denomination and minting year, which in this case is 2011. The design of the seal symbolizes the central bank's commitment to maintaining price stability and supporting economic growth through responsible monetary policies. The 5-pointed star represents the guiding principles of integrity, excellence, patriotism, dynamism, and innovation, which are core values of the BSP. The 5 peso coin's history cannot be separated from the broader evolution of Philippine currency, which has seen transformations from pre-colonial barter systems to Spanish and American-era coinages, and eventually to the modern coins we see today. Each coin in Philippine history reflects a part of its journey through colonization, independence, and national identity building. It is worth noting that Andres Bonifacio's depiction on the coin marks a significant departure from previous coin designs, where leaders like Emilio Aguinaldo and José Rizal were traditionally featured. The inclusion of Bonifacio emphasizes the role of grassroots revolutionaries and the working class in shaping the Philippine nation, and in many ways the coin itself is a tribute to the Filipino spirit of resistance, bravery, and independence. The 5 peso coin in 2011 was widely circulated and used in everyday transactions, from street markets to public transportation to local shops. Its presence in the pockets and wallets of millions of Filipinos made it one of the most commonly used coins in the country. It was not only a piece of metal used for trade, but a symbol of national pride that connected everyday life with the broader historical narrative of the Filipino people. As collectors and historians examine this coin, they often look at mint marks, wear patterns, edge inscriptions, and overall condition, which can tell stories about the coin's journey through time. Some coins from this year may carry errors or unique minting characteristics that can increase their value and rarity, making them highly sought after in numismatic circles. The materials used in the 2011 5 peso coin also represent a balance between durability and cost-effectiveness. Nickel-plated steel was chosen for its resistance to corrosion and wear, which ensures that the coin can withstand years of circulation without losing its detail or structure. This also reflects the BSP's commitment to creating currency that is both practical for everyday use and economical for the government to produce. In terms of dimensions, the 2011 5 peso coin measures approximately 25 millimeters in diameter and has a thickness of about 1.9 millimeters with a weight of 7.7 grams. Its round shape and smooth edge make it distinct among other coins in the series, and its silver color provides a neutral yet dignified appearance, fitting for a coin that commemorates a revolutionary hero. While the 2011 version continued the tradition of honoring Bonifacio on the 5 piso, coin changes were coming in the following years. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas began preparing for a transition to a new design which would eventually be released in the new generation currency coin series beginning in 2018. This new series featured updated designs, improved security features, and a complete overhaul of the denomination layout, including the 5 piso coin, which moved from featuring Bonifacio to featuring the national hero Jose Rizal once again. Despite this shift, the 2011 5 piso coin remains an important historical artifact, representing a unique period in Philippine numismatic history. It stands as a reminder of the country's revolutionary roots, the enduring legacy of Andres Bonifacio, and the ongoing evolution of national currency in response to economic, technological, and cultural developments. Collectors often prize the 2011 5 piso coin, not just for its design and historical associations, but for its role as a bridge between generations of currency. It marks the final years of the BSP coin series before the transition to the new generation series, and as such, it occupies a unique space in the timeline of Philippine coinage. Those who study these coins look for differences in strike quality, mint errors, variations in the seal, or even changes in the font and spacing of the inscriptions, all of which add layers of depth to the coin story. The production of the 5 piso coin in 2011 was handled by the security plant complex of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, located in Quezon City. This facility is responsible for minting and printing all Philippine coins and banknotes, and it adheres to strict standards of quality control and security to ensure the integrity of the nation's currency supply. The processes involved in minting a coin like the 5 piso include blanking, annealing, upsetting, striking, and inspection. Each step is crucial in ensuring the coin meets the specifications set by the BSP and can withstand years of circulation. Over time, coins like the 2011 5 piso develop wear patterns that reflect the history of their use, from being exchanged in bustling public markets to being used for fare payments in jeepneys and tricycles. Each scratch and blemish tells a story of its journey across the hands of millions of Filipinos. These signs of wear are not just signs of age, but are physical representations of the coin's connection to the life and movement of a nation. In this video, we will continue to explore the specific details of the 2011 5 piso coin, including its market value, its role in popular culture, the differences in mintage numbers across the years, and how it compares to other coins in the BSP series, whether you are a beginner. BSP series. Whether you are a beginner collector, a history enthusiast, or someone who simply wants to learn more about Philippine coins, this video is packed with valuable insights that will help you appreciate the rich legacy behind this small yet powerful symbol of national identity. So sit back and get ready for an in-depth journey through history, economy, and culture as we uncover everything there is to know about the 2011 5 piso coin and what makes it a standout piece in the world of numismatics. The coin's design in 2011 retained many of the original features introduced in the 1995 issue, with minor refinements to the surface texture and edge quality. It was minted using modern striking technologies that allowed for more consistent details and better resistance to wear. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas used advanced quality control measures during this time, ensuring that coins met exacting standards in terms of weight, metal content, and die alignment. Although most 2011 5 piso coins were struck to standard quality, some minor variations exist due to the high volume of production, making certain errors collectible. These can include off-center strikes, die cracks, misaligned prints, and doubled letters or numbers. These error coins are especially prized by numismatists who seek out rare or anomalous specimens for their collections. Looking at the economic context of 2011, the Philippines was experiencing steady Growth, a stable inflation rate, and improving investor confidence under the administration of President Benigno Aquino III, the Philippine peso was performing well relative to other currencies and remittances from overseas. Filipino workers continued to bolster the economy. This relative financial stability allowed the BSP to focus on long-term improvements to the coinage system, including considerations for transitioning to a more secure, modern coin series, which would eventually be implemented in 2018. The BSP also conducted studies and surveys during this period to understand public opinion about coin design usability and security. Based on feedback, it became clear that some coins in the existing series, including the 5 peso, were prone to confusion with others due to similar sizes and colors. In particular, the 5 peso and 1 peso coins were nearly identical in shape and appearance, leading to transactional errors and public frustration. While the 2011 version retained the original design, it played a role in informing future changes to the coinage system. In preparation for these changes, the 2011 coin served as a benchmark, helping the central bank evaluate circulation patterns, coin return rates, counterfeit resistance, and material performance. These evaluations influenced decisions about the shape, size, color, and edge of the next generation of coins. The feedback from both vendors and consumers indicated a need for a distinct identity for each coin, which ultimately led to the redesign of the 5 peso in 2017 into a non-agonal shape and the reintroduction of Jose Rizal as its featured hero. Numismatists studying the 2011 5 peso coin today often examine it alongside other years in the series to identify trends and compare minting characteristics. The 2011 mintage numbers were among the higher in the BSP series, and the coins were distributed widely across all regions of the Philippines, from Luzon to Mindanao. Collectors typically look for coins that are in brilliant uncirculated condition, meaning they show no signs of wear and have retained their original luster. Such coins are harder to find as they were intended for circulation, not for collectors. And those that survive in pristine condition often come from bank rolls or mint sets. In addition to its value to collectors, the 2011 5 peso coin continues to be used in educational settings as a teaching tool for students learning about Filipino history, economics, and culture. Teachers often use coins like this to illustrate real-life connections between historical figures and economic systems, while also fostering awareness of national identity and the evolution of Filipino society over time. As we approach the end of this section, we can see that the 2011 5 peso coin represents far more than its face value. It is a product of revolutionary legacy, a marker of national pride, a reflection of economic conditions, and a part of the daily life of millions of people. Its continued presence in circulation and in coin collections around the world is a testament to the enduring relevance of Andres Bonifacio and the values he stood for. To the post-decimalization era, a pivotal point in British currency reform, and encapsulates a moment in time when Britain sought to modernize its economy and align its systems with a more streamlined decimal framework. The 5 new pence coin, introduced in 1968 as a forerunner to decimalization, was initially equivalent in value to the former shilling and was intended to ease the public's transition into the new system. When the decimal day arrived in 1971, it retained its denomination and became a standard part of the decimal coinage system. The 1980 issue of this coin is particularly significant for collectors and historians alike, because it sits within a period of currency, redesign, reconsideration, and technological improvements in minting. The obverse of the coin features the crowned portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designed by Arnold Machine. This portrait became iconic, appearing on British coinage from 1968 to 1984, and reflects the image of a monarch in her maturity, poised, regal, and representative of a post-war Britain that was redefining its identity on the world stage. The legend surrounding her portrait reads, Elizabeth II, D.G. Reg F. D. 1980, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. The design choice itself echoes a continuity of British tradition in coin portraiture dating back to the Tudor period, a tradition where monarchs' effigies are rendered not just to affirm legitimacy, but also to embody national pride. The reverse of the coin features a crowned thistle, a symbol deeply rooted in Scottish heritage and one that stands as a representation of unity within the United Kingdom. This design was created by Christopher Ironside, who was a prominent British artist and the official designer of the first decimal coin reverse. Designs the thistle signifies not only Scotland, but the resilience and enduring character of the UK itself, especially during a time of economic and political transition in the late 70s and early 80s, as Britain was navigating complex international relationships, inflation, and internal reforms. The material composition of the 1985 new pence coin is cupro nickel and alloy that combines copper and nickel for both durability and aesthetic appeal, weighing in at 5.65 grams and measuring 23.59 millimeters in diameter. The coin maintained the specifications of the original larger 5p coin that was later reduced in size in 1990 to better reflect its value and improve its practical use in daily transactions in the context of the 1980s Britain. This coin circulated widely through the hands of millions of citizens, as part of their everyday lives, whether in paying for transport, newspapers, sweets, or other goods. The coin was both a facilitator of commerce and a small but constant token of national identity, minted by the Royal Mint. The coin's production process during that era reflected advancements in minting precision and quality control. The Royal Mint by the 1980s had become one of the world's leading minting authorities, not just producing currency for the United Kingdom, but also for numerous other countries around the globe. The minting of the 1985 new pence coin thus stands not just as a matter of domestic financial infrastructure, but also as a testament to British craftsmanship and technological leadership in the field of numismatics. During this period, coinage played a vital role in state symbolism and practical economic function, and collecting coins such as this one opens a portal into understanding how the British public and government alike interacted with currency as both a necessity and an emblem of national heritage. By 1980, there was an increased interest in numismatics driven by public enthusiasm and the global trend of coin collecting, which saw everyday coins becoming treasured items and gateways to history. This coin specifically attracts interest due to its mintage figures design, consistency, and placement in a wider narrative of decimal currency evolution over time. As the coin remained in circulation for more than a decade, it bore witness to and participated in the economic lives of millions, eventually being withdrawn. When the smaller 5p was introduced in 1990, this change reflected practical challenges faced by consumers and the Treasury alike, such as the coin's relative size and weight. Not represents a transitional moment, a monarch's enduring presence, a symbol of unity through the thistle, and a physical manifestation of Britain's adaptation to modernity in the late 20th century. And when you hold such a coin in your hand or observe it closely, you are not merely looking at a piece of metal, but at decades of thought, design, intention, political symbolism, technological advancement, and cultural evolution that all come together in one small yet profoundly meaningful object. And as collectors, numismatists, or simply curious minds, we can appreciate the significance embedded in such coins, not only for what they were, but for the stories they allow us to tell, for the journeys they have taken, for the pockets they have jingled in, and for the history they continue to represent in a world where physical currency is increasingly digital and intangible. Coins like the 5 new pence from 1980 remind us of the tangible past of a time when the weight of a coin carried with it the weight of a nation's identity and aspirations. And as we close in on understanding this small yet rich fragment of monetary history, we see how coins are more than just currency. They are witnesses to history, bearers of design, legacy, tools of statecraft, and enduring symbols of the societies that create them. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the story of the 1985 new Pence coin. I hope this journey has enriched your appreciation of British coinage and sparked your curiosity to explore further the many layers of history embedded in the smallest artifacts of our shared past. Culturally, the coin circulated during a period when Britain's role in the world was being redefined. The late 70s and early 80s saw the country withdrawing from empire, adjusting to the European economic community, and grappling with its post-industrial economic realities. In this context, currency became one of the few constant touchstones of national identity. Coins bore the image of the Queen, a symbol of continuity and stability. Even as governments changed and economies fluctuated, the 5 new pence thus operated not only as currency, but as a unifying daily reminder of British sovereignty, tradition, and national cohesion. In the global coin-collecting community, the 1985p coin is part of a broader interest in Elizabethan coinage. Coins issued during Queen Elizabeth II's reign are among the most widely collected in the world due to her long tenure as monarch and the sheer variety of coin types, designs, and issues released over her decades on the throne. Collectors from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and former Commonwealth nations often seek out UK issues as part of larger collections of Elizabeth II coins, and the 1985p forms a part of this rich global tapestry of shared heritage and numismatic interest. Over time, the larger-sized 5p coin became increasingly viewed as impractical, leading to the coin's eventual reduction in size in 1990. But even after its withdrawal from circulation, the original large 5p coins continued to hold value for collectors, educators, and historians, often appearing in teaching collections and museum displays to help illustrate the story of Britain's economic history for those who lived through the era. These coins evoke memories of specific purchases, events, and even public debates about decimalization, inflation, and national pride. They are as much cultural artifacts as economic tools, and they deserve recognition for the roles they played in everyday life. In summary, the 1985 new pence coin is far more than a simple piece of metal. It is a doorway into a changing Britain, a symbol of transition, unity, resilience, and design excellence. It bridges the old world of shillings and florins with the new age of decimal coins and modern. Minting it carries the profile of a monarch who would come to define an entire era, and it continues to be studied, admired, and collected as a tangible link to the past, a relic of national identity, and a testament to the enduring power of currency to tell stories across generations. In the Philippines, the Philippine 1 peso coin issued in the year 2000. This coin holds a unique place in the story of Philippine currency, both for its economic impact and the significant national symbols it represents. The Philippine peso has long been a mirror of the country's cultural identity, its political evolution, and its economic development, and the year 2000 version of the 1 peso coin is no exception. To truly understand the 2001 peso coin, we must first go back in time to the very roots of currency in the Philippines and examine how coinage evolved over the centuries, starting from the barter system used by early Filipinos prior to Spanish colonization. We see how indigenous communities relied on trade, using goods like rice, livestock, and other valuables as their medium of exchange. There were early forms of currency as well, such as piloncitos, which were tiny bead-like gold pieces that are widely believed to be among the earliest forms of native coinage in the archipelago, and these were used along with barter rings and other locally produced metal currencies before the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century. When the Spaniards arrived in the Philippines in 1521, they brought with them the monetary systems of Europe. The Spanish colonial administration introduced silver coins minted in Mexico and other parts of the Americas, most notably the silver cobs and the famous pieces of 8 or Spanish dollars, which circulated not only in the Philippines, but also across many parts of Asia. These coins became an integral part of the colonial economy over time. The Spanish began to mint coins specifically for the Philippine colony, including the well-known Alfonso XIII and Alfonso XIII coins. This period marked the first time the islands had standardized coins specifically designated for their local economy. After more than 3 centuries of Spanish rule, the Philippines entered a new phase under American colonization following the Spanish-American War of 1898 and the Treaty of Paris. The Americans took control of the Philippine Islands, and this shift brought about a complete overhaul in coinage and currency in the early 1900s. The United States Philippine Commission established the Philippine Peso as the official currency of the islands under the U.S. administration. New coins were minted in San Francisco and Philadelphia with the inscription United States of America alongside Filipino. Motifs such as the image of a man striking an anvil with Mayon volcano in the background, and these coins were made of silver and other precious metals to reflect the values at the time. As World War II erupted and the Japanese invaded the Philippines, the monetary system was once again disrupted and replaced with what was widely called Mickey Mouse money, a term used by locals to describe the low value and rampant inflation of the Japanese-issued currency. After the war, the Philippines regained its independence in 1946. And with independence came a renewed sense of national pride and the desire to establish a uniquely Filipino currency. The Central Bank of the Philippines was established in 1949, and it began to oversee the printing of banknotes and minting of coins that reflected Filipino heroes, historical events, and cultural symbols. The 1 peso coin has undergone many transformations since independence, each design reflecting the current political climate, economic needs, and technological developments in minting in the 1970s and 1980s. Coins were still relatively large and composed of more expensive metals, but with the rise in metal prices and the need for cost-effective production, the materials and sizes of coins were adjusted. The 1990s saw the introduction of the BSP series coins named after the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the country's central bank, which included smaller and more durable coins featuring national heroes and important symbols of Filipino identity. By the time the year 2000 arrived, the BSP series was in full circulation, and the 1 peso coin of this year was part of that legacy, minted primarily from nickel-plated steel. The 2001 peso coin continued the tradition of honoring Filipino heroes by featuring Jose Rizal, one of the most celebrated figures in Philippine history, known for his writings, advocacy, and martyrdom that sparked the revolution against Spain. His profile on the obverse side of the coin is a powerful reminder of the ideals he stood for and the sacrifices he made for the nation. The reverse side of the coin features the official seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which was newly redesigned in the late 1990s to reflect a more modern and progressive national institution. The seal includes a stylized Philippine eagle 3 stars, representing Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and waves representing economic growth and financial stability. This symbolic representation conveys the mission and vision of the central bank in managing the Philippine economy and preserving monetary stability. The coin itself measures 23 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.35 grams. Its composition of nickel-plated steel was chosen for its resistance to corrosion and wear, making it suitable for the country's humid tropical climate and high transaction volume. The year 2000 was a pivotal period for the Philippines politically and economically. The country was experiencing transitions in leadership, with the presidency of Joseph Estrada coming under scrutiny and eventually ending in the historic EDSA II revolution. These national events indirectly impacted the economy and monetary policy, making the coins of this period silent witnesses to a time of upheaval and change, despite the political climate. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas continued its mission to produce secure, durable, and meaningful currency that could withstand both economic pressures and public trust. The 2001 peso coin also circulated widely alongside older and newer coins in the series, leading to confusion in some sectors about counterfeiting and coin hoarding. While the design remained mostly consistent across the BSP series, there were subtle differences in year's minting quality and metal tone that made some pieces more sought after by collectors. Numismatists have noted that certain year variants of the 1 peso coin, especially from 1999 to 2004, may hold additional value if they are in uncirculated or proof-like condition due to their limited mintage or factory errors. Understanding the 2001 peso coin also involves looking at its place in modern Philippine life, used in jeepney fares, sari-sari stores, toll booths, and public markets. It is a coin that touches millions of lives every day, yet few stop to appreciate the rich legacy it carries in its simple metallic form. It connects the daily struggles and aspirations of everyday Filipinos with the enduring legacy of national heroes like Jose Rizal and the evolving role of the central bank in safeguarding the country's economic future. As we look at the coin today, more than 2 decades later, it serves as both a historical artifact and a living instrument of the economy. Many of these coins are still in circulation. Though they may be worn, faded, or scratched, each one carries the silent marks of time and trade. From the bustling streets of Manila to remote provinces in Mindanao. They pass from hand to hand, bearing stories untold and histories unwritten, making the 2001 peso coin not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of continuity, resilience, and identity. In the remainder of this video, we will explore the coin's mintage in greater detail, examine its physical characteristics up close, compare it to earlier and later issues, discuss error, coins and rare variants, analyze its role in inflation and monetary policy, and even share interviews with Filipino coin collectors who will share their personal insights into the coin's value and significance in their collections. So stay with us as we journey through the legacy of the Philippine 1 peso coin 2000, a humble yet powerful reminder of the country's enduring spirit and the countless lives it touches every single day.